All right, so let's get started. What I wanted to do was give you guys a quick overview of what we did in Outranking 4.0. So we made quite a few improvements to, and since Natalie's not here, I'm gonna have to manage the room and let everybody in as well. So just bear with me if I go off topic for just a second. Okay, so we are going to cover it. So we've made, there's two major areas where we've made the improvements. One is we've improved upon some SEO features. We've added some features, we've enhanced some features, and we made major improvements to our AI write, and we've added a long form editor with many commands to let you do the researching and writing at the same time within the editor. Okay, so what have we improved in the SEO editor? So just to kind of give you a quick overview, we have redesigned the way we were laying out SERP to make it more user-friendly. We've also separated the history of SERP with documents. So people focusing on research can keep all of their history in SERP, and the ones that are creating documents can keep it segregated. Second, we have added a new feature for automation of content brief. So in 5 seconds, you can generate a very detailed content brief, and you can also make some changes and customize it before you add that brief. We've added a scratch pad called the scratch pad is an additional pad when you're writing and researching with some enhanced capabilities of AI to help you take the content back and forth and not have to open a Word document or something else to do some research, mix and match sentences, bring it back as a finished format. So we wanted to give you a scratch pad where you can use some AI capabilities as well as use it as a reference for your content briefs. We made some enhancements to sections, and I will go over those enhancements as well. We made some enhancements to related keywords as well, and we made it more easier for users to identify which keywords are super important that are coming directly from that SERP query, and which ones are around it and not mentioned by your competitors. So whether to include more keywords or not, or how to gauge whether you are including the right amount of related keywords, this will make it super easy in terms of visualization and in terms of data analysis as well. We've added a new feature called topic clusters that will allow you to dig deeper into the clusters around 2, 3, or 4 key phrases. And this topic clusters also consist of related keywords data. So these clusters are comprehensive of the topics that come from content as well as the related keyword data from Google. We've added a new feature called current density, and then that helps you understand if there is an overusage of a particular keyword in your content. So it kind of helps you identify faster if your content is not being penalized for having this key overusage of certain keywords and just stuffing it in. We've also added image resizing. Okay, so I have 7 people waiting, so let me admit them all. Just a quick second. Huge crowd today. Okay. All right. So there are some enhancements that we made to AI Write as well. First, we've added rewriting of 120 using GPT-3. Why the difference? GPT-3 has restrictions on what you can do with rewrite capabilities. So there is a 120 character rewrite capability, but we've also added another capability using NLG to allow you to rewrite bigger paragraphs as well. Okay. Then we've added controls to how much content you want to generate using AI. So now you have the ability to generate short, medium, and long outputs using the controls. We've also added some capabilities to expand upon a text, shorten a paragraph, We've added capabilities to command our pad to write or research anything that you want. So for example, give me 5 places to visit in Mexico. It will go and grab those 5 places for you. Or you can say that rewrite the above paragraph, and you can give it a small paragraph, which could be longer than 120 character, and it will start rewriting it for you. You could also say, translate the above text, above English text into German, and it will translate that text into German for you as well. So many such capabilities right within the editor, and I will demonstrate most of them. Also, this is major improvement right here, logic improvements. We made logic improvements as to what the AI sees when it's writing for you. And we're giving it more context from your title, from meta description, and some SERP touch points in order to make it more relevant to as to what kind of output it gives you. So you will see some major enhancements. So like, plenty of you guys have already been using some AI writing features. And once you start using this, you will see some improvements in how well it correlates to your core topic and keeps the AI from not diverging off topic. Okay, so this is what we're going to cover for this particular presentation. So let me just escape, and we can jump right into the editor. Okay, so we have segregated this history from SERP history. We've also made some major enhancements to how the UX flows for the research. And there are some major improvements as to how fast these tabs were opening. So it's so much data that in order for it to fetch it, analyze it, and show it, there was a few seconds of delay when opening some of these tabs. So we made some enhancements so they load up faster. Let's go to the editor and open up this document. Okay, so starting with, I'll just stay on the track. Okay, so starting with SERP history, and I already showed this. So now content brief and Scratchpad. So let's go to our editor. You will see a small icon over here, automate brief. If you click on it, your Scratchpad will open up, and it will also open up your customized content brief menu here. You will see document information, SERP settings, whether you want SERP settings, target, links, questions, keywords, everything here. And we have some other improvements coming, some minor improvements and future releases coming around this topic as well, but you can insert the entire brief right into the editor. Okay, you can save it, you can export it, you can take it, you can print it as PDF, download it as PDF as well. After adding some of these deadlines. And if you save it, anyone you share the document with will have access to this particular brief, so they can refer and take it back. This Scratchpad also serves and also works with the many of the commands, AI commands that we have built. And I will show those AI commands in further along in the presentation as well. But all of these commands will work, and I will show you how these commands perform and what sort of inputs they take. Okay, next up is sections. In sections, we've made some, we've added a new functionality called rearrange. What rearrange can do is it can hide while you are constructing your content, like researching and writing it. If you want to hide certain parts of your content, you can hide it by clicking and clicking on rearrange section. It will hide those sections from shown, so you can focus on the content that you are writing. You can also shuffle your sections, and your sections will shuffle here as well after pressing the rearrange. There we go. So this allows you, this help you achieve a higher productivity when building your content and writing and researching. Okay, related keywords. Okay, so in related keywords, in the last update, you guys saw that we gave it a tick mark for a keyword that is emphasized. And if it is a C, then that means that the keyword has been used in the content. What we did now was to allow you to spot that keywords easier. So you can click on it and it will tell you if those keywords have been used in a particular sentence or a phrase together that aligns with this intent. You can also see a S box here that allows you to see how many times this particular keyword has been mentioned in the SERP, first 20 pages. So now you can gauge better what keywords you absolutely need to use and which are the ones that others have not used but could be relevant to you. So it's easier for you to identify things that your competitors might be missing out on, as well as gauge what's important for this particular query. And the score for related keywords will change accordingly as well. Topic clusters. In topic coverage, now you will see a density helper. The density helper will spot you. So you've used travel about 2% of the time. So if it's a seed keyword, you can expect between 3 to 7, and in some cases above 7. But if you have above 7 for many other keywords, there's something to think about and see if you're writing some content which is leading to some keyword stuffing. It also shows you how many times you have used that particular keyword in your content. So this is still topic density, the topics that you need to cover in your content. Let's go ahead and see some more specific ones. Okay, so these are the topics that you want to cover in your content. And this is not your current density. What current density means is that this is topic density. That means that we've analyzed your SERP, identified the most important keywords, and we're telling you the density around those topics in your content. But current density means it's gonna pull in any words which haven't been mentioned in the SERP. For example, you were mentioning an author's name, and that author could be, I mean, I'm not a very good writer, but I'm Punkil. And I've mentioned Punkil 10 times. It's more than likely you are not going to catch that in topics, but you can catch that in current density and understand that if your topic is not ranking, you can identify if there's any keyword stuffing around those using this current density feature. And for instant refresh, so this is tons of content. Python needs to analyze your content, figure out the topics around it, pull it together, and suggest something. So if it doesn't refresh, you can obviously click on this refresh icon and fetch it in real time. Okay, topic clusters. There we go. So these are the topic clusters that Outranking has identified, and you can open up each of these topic clusters and see what people have mentioned around them. Per night hotel transportation, accommodation per night. So these are the things that people have mentioned around per night and per day. And if you're writing about budget trips, per day expense and per night expense, and all of these things come very handy knowing what you need to talk about when you're talking about those particular topics. So this is a new feature that we've added. Image resizing. So there's no image in here. But there's image resizing where you can play around with the image and make it smaller and bigger. We've also added, so this is, I did not cover this in this part, but the plugin is live, and you will be able, so there's no limits on how many websites you can connected with right now. And you should be able to connect to as many websites as you have and pull data from Outranking into your web pages, as well as pull your web page content from your blogs into Outranking. You can install this once the update is live, and you will need, let me quickly go to your account page. You will need to go to API settings and get this particular key and use it to get access when you are connecting your WordPress plugin. There's also Google plugin that we've applied for approval in the marketplace. So we'll keep you informed as soon as it's approved. You should be able to use the same API key, go to your Google add-ons for document and plug this API key in and connect your Outranking to your Google Docs. Okay, let's go back here and let's go to the AI write functionality. Okay, my screen is frozen again. All right, here. Okay, so in AI write features here, let's go over some of the shortcuts here. Let me open this up as well. Okay, so let's go from here instead of showing you the controls. So now you have the ability to control the output length. Obviously, we recommend that by default it's medium. It will give you approximately 240 characters. Divide by 5, that's how many words it will give you. If you want to write more, you can obviously take it more, and it will give you 360 words to generate. It will generate 360 words. So for example, let me go back to sections and okay, I'll just go back here. But for example, if you try to elaborate, you can just press here, write for me, and it will start writing up to 2 paragraphs for you. And sometimes, obviously, this is GPT-3, so here. I need to give it more context. So here. All right, so it will start elaborating for you and write more now instead of less in terms of medium. Okay, you have other facilities here as quick functions to do rewrite, shorten, expand, and command. And let's look at some of those. You can select it. This is obviously more than 120 characters, so you can see it can rewrite up to 120 characters. This is for rewriting up to 500 characters using NLG. This will expand in text. So to expand a text, you can't select this much text. You can potentially select a smaller text, book a flight in advance, and ask it to expand upon it. Okay. Then you can take the same sentence and you can also shorten putting in. Okay. So this is how the rewrite and expand functionalities work. You can also command it to write anything that you wish. For example, how to or write an outline maybe. And you can ask it to, or you can command it. You can also use some of the shortcuts here to create content around it as well. And if you want to expand upon it, once it has generated certain things, you can edit it, adjust it, and ask it to continue writing for you. Besides that, we also had write a meta description that can generate a meta description for you by itself. It can also answer any question that you guys have. And this is all part of the last features that we had launched, but there has been enhancements into what context each of these features sees now. So the outputs are more relevant to what you guys write. Okay, so that covers everything around the new release that we're publishing tomorrow. Besides this, there has been major improvements to scraping the content as well. So when you were trying to import the data, sometimes there were certain things that were not relevant. we have tightened that logic to scrape the most important part of the content as well, to allow you to not focus on deleting stuff and bringing the right stuff into the editor. The functions that I mentioned about AI, they will also perform similarly here. Okay. Wow. Admit all. I'm sorry, guys. There's a bunch of people still wanting to join. Okay. All right. So this covers the entire new release that we're pushing tonight at midnight. There will be a small downtime of approximately half an hour when we make this adjustment.